Intrigue in the first Monday Nighter of the season. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, it's the first of 2 here on Monday night as we get a couple of teams looking to change their fortunes from a year ago, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Detroit Lions. I'll talk to you again at halftime. We'll look back to games from yesterday. But first, it's up to Ford Field. Standing by, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the New York Jets. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And the arrow was definitely pointing up for him. He was a Pro Bowler in his second season in Minnesota in 2015 before a horrific knee injury in training camp. There weren't many that thought he would actually ever play again. But he doesn't want to just be a feel-good story. He wants to be a starting quarterback in the NFL once again.
This one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Room to run past midfield. And he cuts it right sideline. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Here's Darnold. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
Brandon, if I told you I wanted to talk about a running back that averaged 4.4 yards a carry, scored 5 touchdowns on 772 total yards, you'd want to do that, right? Exactly, because that's what we're going to do. Bilal Powell, he had a big year in 2017, knows how to run in traffic, knows how to get to the perimeter, and can shake people in the secondary and take it the distance. Big year for Bilal Powell in 2017.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Heading out, coming off a 9-7 finish a season ago. Another year without a playoff victory. And we said it last season, Charles. Unbelievable. They've won only one playoff game since the 1957 NFL championship game back when you were in high school.
Junior high.
And that one win was way back in January of 1992.
They do have optimism, though, because this team has been building. And I thought that their draft of 2018 signaled that they really want to help their magnificent quarterback Matthew Stafford and take the pressure off of him to produce 5,000-yard passings.
There he goes, right side, past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there, 85 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jets making their way out. Last year, the impressive 3-2 start. A lot of people predicted they would go 0-16, but then after that start, they sort of collapsed. Just 2 wins after Week 5. So as we look ahead to this year, Charles, what can we expect from the Jets?
Well, I would expect them to continue to play with great effort because their head coach, Todd Bowles, demands that. But Sam Darnold, their #1 draft choice, he will be the key to their season. The faster that he plays well, the better the Jets obviously are going to be. And on defense, last in the league in pass rush last year, last in the league in sacks. They'll have to do that by committee this year and find ways to get pressure on the quarterback.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, Darnold. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go #1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to #3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans are going to be very happy to have him.
Here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
This is the running back, Powell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Powell. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And now the Lions defensive starters.
Brandon, I remember when Glover Quinn came out of the University of New Mexico as a cornerback, transitioned to the safety position. His forte, intelligence, understanding other teams' offenses, where they try to attack, and puts himself in a great position to make plays against the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. And able to find Decker. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They run with Powell. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Shotgun, here's Darnold. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Darnold. And now another one thrown incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, Better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Now to try the Jets field goal, Cairo Santos. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Huh? You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Back to throw. Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 4.
Isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, how'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the football.
Me the ball.
And guess what? I'd throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Stafford now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go.
This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Hurry up, here we go.
They start the drive with a give to Powell. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Powell. Ashawn Robinson there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. So here come the Lions now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Stafford on 1st down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And New York set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers plant their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. first down. It's Darnold. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it's Darnold. That there, the first NFL touchdown pass for Sam Darnold, as his guys have now moved out in front.
And he's got to absolutely be sky high right now. The first touchdown pass in the NFL, the first of what should be many, many more. But 57 of them in 2 seasons as a starter at USC, none as sweet as that one right there for Sam Darnold. Hello, NFL, I'm here.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 25. 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Stafford again. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Blunt, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Set. 250.
On 3rd down, Stafford, and that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28. They start this with a run for Powell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Darnold on 1st down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
2nd down and 10. Darnold. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there of 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And on the ground they go with a running back. He's to the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Ballore coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the league. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Well, the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter.
Green 39! Green 39!
They begin with a carry for Powell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got Curse. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This quarterback now has hit on 7 of 17 passes, just 41%, but it's 1st and 10.
Now let's go! 319! 319!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Okay, folks, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Darnold now to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Second and goal from the 1.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. He's at the 50. 30. 20. 10. 5. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Brand, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. Bottom line, they're down on the scoreboard, so I'm guessing he's not that happy.
No, the fantasy owners who have him for this week, oh, they're happy with what's going on. But for him leading a team, trying to win a ball game, I agree with you. Not happy at all. Trying to figure out how to up his game and inspire his teammates to do the same.
That's a true leader. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Prater on to add the extra point. Prater for the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On second down, Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And now Anderson is slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll drop the throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Bilal Powell, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to strike for 6.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it's finished off by the touchdown run coming from Bilal Powell. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah,
I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Catch made right side by Wilson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. 180.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Set. 280.
To throw again, Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They go play action here on first down. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, 27 yards. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Extra point good by Prater. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Bilal Powell and his offensive mates retaking the field. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right. You can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? And they'll go on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
A first down throw, Darnold. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers.
The 15, right at the 15-yard line. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Throwing again is Darnold. Got an open man. It's a new one. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run. This is Powell. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa from 3 yards out. And the Jets are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now the point after try for Santos. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out for another drive comes LeGarrette Blount. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? To throw is Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, it's Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Stafford looks to throw again. Out to the flat for Riddick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where you see the final score there. The Ravens able to start the season off on the right foot as they get the win at home in their season opener. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs, with the best possible start to their season, a road victory in the opener. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. The Falcons get off to a hot start as they get the road victory in their opener. In the game you're watching, it's been the rookie Sam Darnold who's shown he's NFL ready. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 1st and 10, Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw on second down is Stafford. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
He'll get this one to Galladay. Touchdown, Detroit! A big play there with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Now Prater to add the PAT. Prater for the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Darius Stewart now on the return. And nice work on the return as he'll start to drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Attack here, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
To throw on second down is Darnold. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets. But oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. It makes it a little bit tougher for him.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. That one goes for 24 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run it here with Blount. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And then you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Set, lady.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Avery Williamson. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Set, lady.
Out of the gun, Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is up to 8. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the Surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. And this is caught by Curse. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
They go again with Powell. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Jets on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
3-19!
Here's Darnold. And he's got a noon one. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
All right, here we go. 3-19!
And they'll run it here. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19!
They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Throwing is Stanford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A Avery Williamson in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Set. 180. Set.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Room here to run. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and run it here. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Lions. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set. 260.
They'll begin here with Blunt. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Set.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to...
It works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue Landy. Blue Landy.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Darnold on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. That is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Set. Waiting.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. David Bass able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Bilal Powell and his offensive mates retaking the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st down, Darnold. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. It's caught by Clive Walford. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Clive Walford, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Santos now to add the PAT. Santos with the extra point, and the decision successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On first down, Stafford here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Stafford on 2nd down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Bradley Marquez, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw on 3rd down. Stafford, and it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Blunt. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw, Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Off of play action, Darnold. He's got Curse. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
All right, here we go. Green.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Bilal Powell, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's finished off by the touchdown run coming from Bilal Powell. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Merry Christmas, guys. What's up? Trying to get this 3v3 on this day. Give me a couple minutes on my man right now.
You don't need to bring your points in. Red's got his big man. I got much more forward.
Yeah, I run my point.
A shooter for
After the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
You gotta be cool.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been.
Yeah, well, I was sitting there waiting on your ass side. Niggas goddamn just gonna send me an invite and ran over there to the 3v3. I was like, no, buddy. No. Take you, little 91, and whoever else you had in your squad right now, I see y'all over there.
Again, it's Stafford.
It still fucking amazes me how I wasn't really getting no buckets until I had to pick exact same jumper I had from last year.
You could not write these guys off just yet.
I went through like 7 different jumpers and I finally said, fuck it, picked one from 18. And I've been getting more greens this month than I have all fucking season. Well, because I had to fucking win.
Back, no.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Fuck your tent, I guess.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 8 yards. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
I thought I was just going to be off on Christmas and had to go to work the next day. Actually off tomorrow. But after tomorrow, I got to work the next fucking 5 days in a row.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm trying to hoop with y'all niggas when I get off work sometimes. Be different. You have to remember y'all like no to the thing.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
Dude.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he got the 2 touchdowns to his
Yo,
credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
The only thing that's actually hitting the box.
They get locked into such a groove and such a connection. It doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Any other time I just come through the court, I don't never get no back.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, he had a better jumper than he had. Whoever this nigga may be.
Throwing again.
Yeah, nigga, get off the spot, nigga.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's
fuck out of here,
nigga. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time,
you
and a first down.
What? You like you thought about it.
The receiver's trying to demonstrate the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
First and goal, they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this
Spider-Man movie coming out I never heard about.
To run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, bringing up 2nd down.
This is good Spider-Man. Oh, secret of ass movie. So we were ain't told nobody. Hey, hello public, just so y'all know we making a Spider-Man movie and it's coming out.
Push back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford.
This whole project has been
5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Trying to heal and make you
goddamn toothpick.
It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here comes the fucking
touchdown. Luke Wilson, his first touchdown as a Detroit Lion. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Prater for the extra point. As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
back of their jersey says Big C.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Yeah, where I'm from, nigga.
Bilal Powell and his offensive mates retaking the field. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet. And you're going to be in heavy rotation on all highlight shows. And you might even make a magazine cover or two.
He's hoping for more. The cherry on top, maybe, as this game goes forward.
First thing you can do is for you. I'm like, I'll try to shot with some Buddha shit.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back.
Damn, I just don't exist on this damn team.
I tried to give you the ball, bro. I was just saying that. At least it made the shot.
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, money does that be the game.
Where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He's got his man, it's Kurz. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right?
Like
that means
that.
everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
That shit sounds aggressive. That was a hell of a brick.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run. And
he don't even pick up.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the
I got that shit gold. Okay.
put the onus on the defense.
I got the food and I was getting fired in the fucking steering my
On the ground they go with a running back. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
The Jets on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Shut up, my boy.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Why these niggas talking money and all shooting? Why these niggas talking shooting and all them get rid of?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We'll go ahead and start it because we want to finish.
And we feel it.
I got 30 minutes.
Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where
he turns around and miss.
But at this stage,
Nick Young looking ass nigga. Straight cash, bullfishes up on doing already. Why these niggas talking money outside? Why these niggas talking shooting now? I'm thinking of it. Which one not to me, I'm going. And his money is really nice. If we put him aside, because we want to finish.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
11
more yards to go around, a first down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Anunwa, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
2nd down and 10. Darnold got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 4 touchdown passes for the rookie Sam Darnold, and the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
You gonna pull him up?
Oh. Right, we're in
now
the
point after try for Santos. Santos with the extra point, and the decision
I'll be there, just give me a couple minutes.
Unsuccessful. Santos out now. He'll
Yes,
kick
we
it
don't
away.
put him on the guy that left. The musty.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Run, do
The
that
Lions
shit.
offense, they get ready to head back onto the
Put him
field.
really
And that
musty.
last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower to those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Stafford. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
We need the Pro and Wall of Fame shit.
Like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
There's a million route, there's a million dance on my. I'd really thank you for this chair, babe. You know I'm gonna be annoying with it now, right? You know I'm gonna be annoying with it now, right?
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
That's a Capricorn.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times
I get one,
get in sync, practice it, do all
and
those
then you
things.
get yours.
But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes in.
Hold on.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Stafford. And Jones has it over.
I don't want to go sleeve though.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Yeah. And now press R1 and then you're gonna see something glowing on the corner. Where you at? Start moving.
Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Are you in the Knicks? Yeah, just come into the park. Don't move. Yeah, come into the park. Turn to your left. Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, you see us.
All right,
Oh, you're right. I didn't know I could move.
Hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So now we can just about close the book on this one, Charles. They're down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
New York set to take the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now.
Everybody come together. Oh, we're going. Let's go. Nope. Somebody's
we
on
always
it.
talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they're on point right now.
All right, we can get on this court.
That you're talking about. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
You switch up the shield. She's not the locations. I'm getting her in the better, she better.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up second and
This
7.
nigga here, bro. Situation, nigga. You, bro, let me get it in. I'm a dog around switching over to the line. Both feet can try and pin my head back like I'm Taliban.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 150 left.
You just have to look around but never cop shit. Hey, I'm the type of bottle still making a stock it. Hey. Because you know, I'm like, yeah, I cop it. Rather for the small reason.
Last year, the Jets averaged exactly 4 yards per rush, and that's what they need here, 3rd and 4.
Should be playing like a demons. Nigga finger to them niggas hating their freaking their phone. I'm like, if I get there, might be deep in the church and just down the check for some reason.
On 3rd down, it's Powell, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. And play is stopped here. Timeout.
Yo, how far you are to 90, Dread?
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I'm up to 40% right now.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
I'll play like 2 games.
From the A to the D, bitch, you hurry out it. We're coming this summer. I'm like, oh, okay.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Yeah, we over here on this score right here.
Let's go.
If you didn't get on lane, I was going to get on lane. I was going to play the next game.
They run for it. Here's Powell. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason.
You gonna get food?
He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably
I hate per shots, bro.
great advantage in this game.
He is in his zone.
Niggas to plug me, they don't let that go on him.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they
Keep
come
the
up
hope in them,
1st and
kill
10.
Roy. Used to use your L to hit the roll, hit the arm, make the big boy cells.
Instead of
Green
running,
things
Darnold's
now,
gonna
back
throw
to
it
sales
to
time
center.
like I had the
And
green
he's got
things
his
now,
man
feds,
returning
he's
yet
on.
again. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Already.
That throw
Oh, get that.
for
I didn't know.
4.
Oh, some.
It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for
I didn't think I was going to. I didn't really think I was going to snap. I just ran into him.
In this situation, the defense was
Not a
effective,
court. Hey,
able to stop
Wando.
him before he
Hey,
could get
Theo,
the
ain't no
steam
blessing.
going.
You
4
know that
yards on that
Kentucky
last
after all
completion,
that
so that sets up
That's
2nd and
what?
6.
Yo, I'm not even running. Like, the fuck?
Now they try
Jay,
the right side
nigga.
here.
Ended
For
up
one of the
blessing.
first
We ended
times
up with
tonight,
nine.
he's
After
gonna be
all that
held up
happened,
at the line of
after
scrimmage.
Michigan State, ever hubble when
No
the man
gain on
talk.
the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Bitch, with the money along the 6 now breaking. Damn. This is slap dog. This I slap dog. This I slap a nigga if he act out.
This first week, this first game that we get to call
Because
together.
if you snitch, I'm gonna kill you.
So
He felt some type of
every
way.
year, week 1, you had the flyover, the big
Yep, he
American
did.
flag out there before the
Well,
game,
back
all
if
the
they put you
hoopla,
in
just
referral,
having football
do
back,
better
so
for some
special.
doing that.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for
Oh,
us is
come
that crescendo
on. Why did it
lasts
take
for
so
a while.
long to do a
Opening
fucking jump?
game here,
I know
an
you was
entire
playing through
season,
this.
we get into the
Look at
playoffs,
that.
to the Super Bowl.
I'm
I
lagging.
was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
Why niggas always gotta fuck with
So
the
for
internet
Jets,
when I'm
it'll be a happy
playing
trip
2K?
home as they start the season with a road
Not a
victory
day
here
low.
on a Monday
I tell the
night.
crackers how
And
I
they'll
haven't
return
won this
home
over.
next
I'm
week
proud.
to take on the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, you right, bro.
Meanwhile, for the
Yeah.
Lions, they
Boom,
go
boom,
down
boom,
to
yeah.
defeat here
The road
in the
stole the
opener.
road.
And they'll
It's
try
like
to get
being
back
a
to their
carjacker.
winning ways
Oh,
next
yeah.
week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Why you jumping for, nigga?
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner,
What?
and our entire crew.
I gotta
We'll
reset
catch you
my
next
shit
time right here.
all
It's
over
the
again.
NFL on EA Sports.
No,
How did I
niggas.
not
Fuck
get
wrong
that
with
shit?
niggas. Got nobody. You grab my body. Adamari. Kalahari. Man's got that. Oh. Oh, who's sneezing in my ear? Oh, coach. Woo. So, alright. Hey, they know what the fuck they did wrong here. Good defense.
That nigga, then he gonna come back and fix it.
I hate when they do that. I'm playing on my downfall. Hello, team, but just so bad.
Okay, oh my god.
Oh, he's trash. Boy, rocking with Take Money Promotions. Hey, Take Promotions.
Come heavy, like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Gummy, back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say
Relax, brother. Relax, we in your city. Face filet.
We ain't gonna talk about that.